Hey, what's going on, everyone? We are back in Pokemon Showdown using the Specs Hoopa U Volt Turn team. Basically the idea is just a Volt Turn around with our Tapu Koko and Landorus as pivots, and then bring in the heavy hitters like Medicham and Hoopa Unbound, and then we just have Soldu Lottie with Defog support and Scarf Keldeo so that we don't get 6-0'd by Volcarona and Astro Ninja. So it should hopefully be some fun. As usual, the team will be down in the description below if you want to test it out or play it alongside me. And we already have a game right here. Let me start the timer. Get all of this stuff set up. Let me make it bigger for you guys as the team finally appears. And what we can do right now is just lead off with our... I can honestly just lead off with Medicham and Fake Out. He could have the same idea, and it would just be a speed tie at that point. So I don't know how much I like that approach. But we're going to go ahead and try that. As he actually ends up leading off with his Excadrill, so that could obviously be Choice Scarf. I'm just going to Mega Evolve and Fake Out, take whatever damage I can on this thing. See if I can put it into range of my Lottie's HP Fire, which I believe, yeah, we do have that, so... it is Mold Breaker. It could just be like some lead drill right here. But he actually does not have the best high jump kick switch-ins. His Hoopa will take like 90%. It's just going to drop, and Fake Out is a no drawback play right now, so I'm going to try to avoid skipping turns like that. He did obviously take some time. He could be trying to bluff a Scarf, not sure, but Landorus can come in on this thing very easily, and just... he actually throws off a Toxic, so that could be a little bit annoying, since this is my main response to the Zygarde as well as the Hawlucha. So I'm going to try to get up rocks right now, just expecting his rocks right away. And then I don't want this thing getting too weakened, so I'm actually going to go ahead and switch out. I honestly like my Medicham play right now. Let's go ahead and try that, because I don't want that mon getting too weakened. It actually goes right for the Rapid Spin, so we can just throw off a high jump kick right here, connect, and knock him out. I can understand his play because that mon did not do as much as he would have liked. It looks like he is that Electric Seed Hawlucha set with the Tapu Koko, as he is just going to bring this mon out right now to get up the electric terrain. I could just bring out Hoopa. Honestly doesn't do bad right now, but I don't want it getting 2-hit KO'd by like Dazzling Gleam or Thunderbolt. I'm just going to go right into my own Tapu Koko, see what he wants to do to us. If he goes right for the Dazzling Gleam, potential Scarf maybe? I'm just going to go right for a Thunderbolt, as we do outspeed and get a ton of damage off, which is nice. That should put him into range of my Keldeo Scald, I believe. Let's check. For Choice Scarf Keldeo against Tapu Koko. If he's an offensive pivot, Scald is doing 58 to 67. Yeah, so we can just easily go out into our Keldeo right here. He doesn't have the best Scald switch-ins. His main one is his own Keldeo, which we can always take damage on. And we have Lottie as a great switch into that. So if we can get rid of this thing right now, then that would be amazing. He is just going to bring out his own Keldeo on the Scald. A burn would be nice. Let's just go out into our own Latios right now. We can take a Scald. If he's like Specs Icy Wind, that would be a little bit unfortunate, but I don't expect any of that. We'll probably just see a Secret Sword right now. So, Lottie comes out. It does go right for the Icy Wind, but that looks to be Scarf, not Specs, so we will be able to take the next one. We'll just go right for Psychic right now, as he actually misses it, so a little bit unfortunate on his part. That would have not knocked us out, and we would have survived because we are Soldu and not Life Orb, so... right here, I could see Tapu Koko coming back out, as that is the play he opts to make. We don't have the best Fairy Resists. That's probably an oversight on my part when building, but this is fine. We can just go right for the Psychic and let him knock us out. And this gives us Keldeo as my win condition, but I think I just have to go out into it right here. We can just spam Scald, and he doesn't have a switch in anymore. He's probably going to go out into his Hawlucha. I'm just going to go right for the Scald. Hawlucha could be a play, but he actually opts to go out into Zygarde. Can we burn this thing? Maybe. That is a lot, and we don't burn it, unfortunately. So I'm just going to go right out into my, honestly, Medicham at the second to the 1,000 arrows, and bring in my Hoopa right after. Because he actually goes right for the Outrage, so Scarf Outrage, maybe? This kind of forces in my Keldeo, and just forces us to go right for the Icy Wind right now. As we do connect, so that's great. He still does have his Tapu Koko, as he is going to bring that out right now. Just looking at our switch-ins, I don't really know what he wants to do. He's probably just going to go right for the Dazzling Gleam. I'd need Keldeo alive, that's the thing. So I'm just going to go right out into my Landorus. Sack it off. We are playing from a little bit in the back right now. He does go right for the U-turn, so he's going to take some Rocky Helmet damage. Right here, Medicam should come out, and just go right for an Ice Punch. So he actually goes out into this, so this, I don't know what this thing wants to do to us. It does get its speed boost and defense boost, obviously, but this could actually be a problem if he starts Swords Dancing. I think I have to play off a high jump kick miss. I'm just going to go right for the HPI. Says, yeah, he is going to go right for the Swords Dance. Can we get a nice damage roll? That does some damage, but I think Acrobatics sweeps us, maybe. It should. I mean, Halucha has base 115 speed, as he is going to take a ton of... yeah, that's just Rocky Helmet damage. Maybe he's not max speed. Let's check out right now. Maybe he'll go for high jump kick, who knows. He should just click Acrobatics and knock us out. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like Hoopa is going to be able to do a lot this game, so I'm just going to click X and get another battle right now. Really unfortunate that we ended up losing to that. I probably should have just kept my Landorus a little bit healthy instead of letting it get toxicked by the X drill, but that's fine. We can just play out this one right now. Keldeo does a ton of work in this match. It can actually just sweep its Secret Sword if I want to do that. He could be Protean Greninja, but I honestly really like my Hoopa as a lead. Although we do need Hoopa healthy, because that is our main response to the Gengar. We obviously do have a very nice special defense stat. So I'm actually just going to go ahead and lead off with my... I'm just going to lead off with Keldeo, see what he wants to lead off with. As he leads off with the obviously, Ghostmon, because we don't have a great Ghost Resist, but this can still hopefully put in a lot of work. Just go right for Hydro Pump. Hydro Pump might be able to knock out Gengar. It's kind of a paper bag. And he doesn't have the best Hydro Pump switch-ins. I'm honestly thinking about just going for Scald. But I feel like that would be a mistake. Yeah, we'll just go right for the Scarf Hydro Pump right now. As he has Scarf too and goes right for the Sludge Wave. But we do connect and do a ton of damage. And that is confirmed Choice Scarf, so I can just go right into my... I don't really have a play. We should be able to take 2 with Hoopa, so I'm just going to go out into Hoopa and throw off a... It actually goes out into the Greninja, but it does appear to be Battle Bond, so what I'm going to do right now is just throw off the... Just throw out a Dark Pulse. Actually, Thunderbolt's an alright play. He should not have the U-turn on this set, and honestly, I don't know, because I'm expecting Magearna to come out, and Focus. I don't want to miss Focus Blast, so yeah, I'm just going to go right for Thunderbolt. He might just sack off the Gengar, which I could always see. Letting Keldeo get weakened could be a little bit of a problem if this Greninja does end up getting its Battle Bond off. He does bring out the Magearna, so I'm glad I clicked Specs Thunderbolt. That appears to be a Shift Gear set, not Assault Vest. But we do outspeed, so I'm just going to go right into my go right for the Thunderbolt again. The problem here is if he goes Landorus, he gets up free rocks. But I'm just going to click it anyway, as he does go out into the Landorus. So unfortunate that I did not click the attack right there. I'm just going to go right into my own Landorus and try to get at my own rocks. If he has the hidden power, that's unfortunate, because this is my main response to the Zygarde. But we can just get up our own rocks right now, as he is going to bring out the Gengar, and we can just Earthquake and knock this thing out. I doubt it has the HP Ice. It should just go right for a Shadow Ball right here, as it does, and we are able to take that and just knock him out. Obviously, Gengar did lose its Levitate ability this generation, and what I'll do right now is just go out into my Keldeo. He could be Scarfash Greninja. I could see that, I guess, but Keldeo actually does a lot of work. I'm going to bring out my Hoopa instead, because it should be able to take 2 unless he Specs. If he goes right for the Ice Beam, so we will be able to take, we don't take 2 of those. That's definitely Specs right now, so... a little bit of an interesting play right now. I'm just going to go right for the Thunderbolt and let him knock me out, because this gives us Keldeo as a switch-in. He's not, oh wait, he's Protean, what am I saying? So, he is Scarf Protean. I thought Protean has to be female, but what we can do right now is just go right for the... I'll just go right for a Secret Sword. He doesn't really have an answer, as we do get that play right and knock that thing out, so... that's a really big threat gone, and Tapu Koko looks like it'll just do a ton of work right now. Especially if he's not Scarf Zygarde. I believe our Landorus took a Shadow Ball, so it won't be able to take 2 hits from the... we saw rocks on this thing earlier. But he knows we're locked in, so I guess that's why he wants to do this. I'm just going to go right for a Secret Sword, seeing if he wants to U-turn out or something. As he goes for the HP Ice, trying to catch our own Landorus, so... What I'll do right now is just go right for the... Interesting plays right now. I'm going to go out into Lottie. Just not expecting a U-turn as he goes for the Earthquake that time, so we get the play right, and what I'll do right now is just go for a Psychic. It'll hit this thing really hard. And he shouldn't be able to kill us with 1,000 arrows. That does a lot of damage. As we can just go right for the... we should not get swept by Shift Gear Magearna, I think. We might, honestly. I think I'm just going to Psychic here because I don't want that Magearna becoming a problem. If we get a crit, then we should be able to take this attack right now. Yeah, we do. So the main reason I'm making this play is because I don't want Magearna coming out after while we're at -2, living the hidden power, and then getting up a Shift Gear. So we're just going to knock him out with the Psychic. So that prevents the Magearna from setting up, and we do have hidden power fire for this, and if he is Shift Gear, this will knock him out. As it does, that crit probably didn't matter. Let me go ahead and do this. I just don't want it to ramble. That does seem kind of mean, but I just don't want that. So let's check that damage right now. If he was Shift Gear Magearna, Latios will be doing... it's Soldu. That's the problem. HP fire, yeah, knocked him out from that range. As he does bring out this mon. And it's honestly looking really good for my Keldeo in the back right now. The problem is he could go for Protect. I'm honestly thinking about going hard Keldeo. Yeah, we're going to blink the play. He does go for the Protect, so he'll get a speed boost right now. We can scout for the Psychic Fangs. As what I'll do is just throw off a Secret Sword. Just expecting that attack to come out, and now what I'll do is go out into my... I think my Landorus, just to get an Intimidate off, because I don't want this thing becoming a problem. And if he goes for Psychic Fangs, we will live it. As he does go for the Psychic Fang, so he'll take Rocky Helmet damage right there. And right now, I'm just going to go right for the... with that -1, we should be fine with this match. Now I'm just going to go right for the Earthquake. He actually misses the Ice Fang, so really unfortunate. That was not my intention, because had we... he would have killed us, right? But he would have not been able to knock out my Tapu Koko, and then he just went for Thunderbolt into HP Ice and won that match. So a little bit unfortunate there. Specs Hoopa did do a little bit of work that match, so that's always nice. And what I'll do right now is just... This guy has a Porygon 2 and a Mew. This is going to be hard to break through. But we do have Specs Hoopa, so that's probably the best wall breaker right now. And it honestly looks like it can just lead. He could lead Mence. We do have switch into the Mence and the Zygarde, so I'm just going to go ahead and lead with my Hoopa right now. If he leads off with Mew, he might be tempted to Will-O-Wisp, expecting us to be a physical set. So I'm kind of hoping we see that. But Nihilego could always be a lead, but we do have very good special defense. Salamis, I'm assuming it's that Dragon Dance Supersonic Sky Strike set. So if he does lead off with that, we can just go right out into our Landorus. And Zygarde, I doubt he would lead Zygarde, just seeing that Landorus is a very nice switch-in. He does lead off with the Mew, so I'm really hoping he gets baited into Will-O-Wisping us right now, just expecting us to be like Hyperspace Fury, that banded set I used the other day. So he is going to switch out into the Porygon. This should still do a clean amount. That did 48. I'm going to go for this right now to see what he wants to do. He could, if he tries to Will-O-Wisp me, he actually goes right for the Recover. I'm just going to play around with this right now, see if we can get a flinch, because this is not really a drawback play. If he attacks us, then big deal, but we are going to go for the Dark Pulse, and he's going to get another Recover out. We're doing nearly half, so he's recovering like 2% every time. And eventually we will flinch him, so he has to make a decision right now as to what he wants to switch in. It could be Scarf Protean Greninja with the U-turn, but Greninja will take like a good 60% from this. As he actually goes out into the Nihilego, so that does a good amount, and I'll just U-turn, and I'll just go out for the Dark Pulse right now. We'll take that easily. And Specs Hoopa doing a ton of work right now. His team is really weak to it, and this is my main response to the Porygon, so I do have to be careful. I'm expecting a U-turn to come out right now, so I'm just going to go right out to my Keldeo. He could be Protean Extrasensory, but I don't see that. I really don't see Protean Extrasensory coming out. As he does go for the Dark Pulse, so we got that play right. Right here, I would expect a Mew to come out. I honestly just want to double out, to be honest. But he could go for the U-turn instead of... No, I'm gonna hard switch out, expecting the Mew. As we do catch the Mew, so this gives us Dark Pulse. Do I want to go for Psychic? No, we don't even have that. We can just go right for Dark Pulse right now. This will do a lot. 64, yeah. And Keldeo is a switch into this every time. So he just lays up a spike, so that's fine. I'm honestly thinking about making the double again. But no, I feel like it's unnecessary this time. We're just going to go right for the Secret Sword, see if he wants to over-predict or anything like that. He could make a mid-ground play, but he actually does make that mid-ground play and go into Zygarde. I don't want my Landorus getting switched in right now because that is my main response to the Dragon Dancing Salamence. So I'm actually just going to go out into my Lottie. We should be able to take 1,000 arrows. As we do take that, it's clearly banded. 100% choice banded Lottie. As what I'll do here is just throw off a Psychic. Not sure what play he wants to make, but Psychic into... he actually does make this play, so a little bit unfortunate right now. I can just go right for the Defog, though. Get rid of the Spike, and this will give me Hoopa as a switch in after. I think we might have more Defogs than he does. No, we don't have more Defogs than he does Rocks. So I guess what I should do is just throw off a Draco Meteor right now. Kind of hoping that he just knocks us out, because this will give us Hoopa again after, and I doubt he can knock us out with anything. We actually crit him. That sucks. That's actually really terrible for my opponent, because that was his main response to my Scarf Keldeo, and that's just going to wreck through his team now. I wasn't playing off the crit, I was just playing off of weakening him enough so that my Hoopa could come in safely after, or my Tapu Koko, but yeah, that's just really bad for my opponent, as he is just going to bring out the Salamence, so this is why we preserved Landorus earlier. We already confirmed his Zygarde set is banded, so we do have checks to that at this point, and if he wants to Dragon Dance up right now, he actually makes a double. So we should be faster than this thing, I think. I just got a U-turn out into my Hoopa, just expecting the Ice Beam. Ice Beam should come out right here, as it does. And we just got to kill with Dark Pulse right now. He could live and just go right for another Ice Beam, but then we just bring in our Metacam right after. Right here, I don't know what he wants to do. He doesn't really have a Dark Pulse switch in at this point. We should just get a kill, honestly. As we don't knock him out, and he's going to be able to throw off a Toxic for some reason, instead of deciding to... Maybe he wants to switch into the Mence? I'm not sure. But Mence will not take this Dark Pulse at all, and we do have Scarf Keldeo in the back to check that at +1. So, not sure what he wants to bring out. Brings out the Greninja, so this is alright. We can just go right for the Dark Pulse and let him knock us out. There's no point in switching out. I don't feel like we'll have an opportunity to safely set up, get hazard control, since our Lottie is really weakened anyway. And this gives us... What does this give us? Honestly, if Metacam knocks him out, then we might just win right here. Greninja. If he is Ash Greninja, the Spec set. Fake Out does 35 to 41. He's at 36. Do I want to go off that roll? Honestly, I think I just will. If he goes on to Mence, I can just Ice Punch that thing right after, so I'm just going to go right for the Fake Out right now. We can Ice Punch Mence, just not letting it set up if it wants to go for that, as he does bring out this mon, so we fake that thing out. That's what we can just do here, is just throw off an Ice Punch. I don't even think Ash Greninja should be able to knock us out, since we already confirmed it is Specs Ash Greninja. Goes for the Extreme Speed, that does a really good amount, but we can go right for the Ice Punch right now, just get rid of that thing. I can't let the Salamence set up Dragon Dances, that's really the big thing right now. So what we'll do here is just, I think, sack Lottie. Yeah, we'll sack Lottie right now. As he is going to bring out this mon, so this gives us Keldeo to just go right for an Icy Wind. If we do miss, then we could lose, but I really don't expect us to miss this late in the game. This should knock out 2-hit KO, I'm sorry, Ash Greninja. But I don't even know what Ash Greninja wants to do to us, that's the thing. I probably should have calced this, because if this thing does get to plus... No, we have Scarf, so we'll 100% outspeed 2 times. And this could be... I just don't want to choke this away at this point. Scarf Icy Wind should do a ton of damage, and it will give him that speed drop, so... We do go for Icy Wind, it does 95. Let's see what he opts to do. Goes for the Dragon Dance, so he's playing off our miss right now. If you do miss, then we lose. Actually, no, we have Fake Out, so... that's always nice. And I actually think we just secured the game, because we can just sack and Fake Out a few times. So we'll go right for the Icy Wind right now. And we can go for a Scarf Icy Wind on the Greninja, and then just knock it out with Fake Out after. So Icy Wind this thing. I appreciate we did not 2-hit KO, but he has a speed drop right now, and he doesn't even knock us out. So we'll Icy Wind right here. Not knock him out, obviously, but he's locked into Hydro Pump, and he's actually going to miss. So obviously didn't matter, but it's just kind of like, why do you have to miss there? But we'll just go for, I think, one more match right now. Not sure how long this has been. I'm going to try to keep it around 30 minutes. Right here, he has another Mew. I'm gonna go off the same kind of logic and just kind of bait him into Will-O-Wisping me. I'm gonna go right for the Dark Pulse right now, and he just lets us knock him out for whatever reason. So down goes that thing. Does the thing this 6-0 us with Shift Gear? I think he might 6-0 us with Shift Gear. This is an oversight on my team building. We got a crit. Oh, he's actually Assault Fest from the looks of it. So that makes this thing a lot easier to deal with, I guess. Do I want to preserve this? Is the question. No, I just want damage, as that does a good amount, and he's just going to try to get up. He appears to be Scarf. So I guess we could go out into our Keldeo, but he's actually not Scarf, so I'm glad I did not go out into my Keldeo. He gets a Soul Heart boost, but he's going to end up having to be forced to switch out. And honestly, he's really weak to Keldeo. I'm just going to go right out into my Tapu Koko seems like an alright play. Yeah, we'll go down to Tapu Koko right now, and just go right for the Dazzling Gleam, see what set he is. It will be able to hit pretty much everything, as he is actually Scarfed with the Gunk Shot, so a little bit of a choke there on my part, but we know he's locked in, so we can just go right into our... That was a really bad play on my part, but I really didn't expect Scarf Gunk Shot. He was female, so I guess it had to be Protean, but what I'll do right now is just use this as an opportunity to get up my Rocks. Rocks is... I guarantee you I would have missed that Gunk Shot, but let's not complain or anything. He does bring out the Magearna, so we can just Earthquake this thing out of here. Obviously losing our Tapu Koko sucked, but we do still have a really good chance at winning with our Keldeo. And right here I would expect, like, Greninja to come back out. He actually brings out the Diggersby, so I guess he's trying to weaken us for the Zygarde. But I'll just take whatever damage I can. What is this, Breakneck Blitz? That does not knock me out. Unfortunately, he's not going to end up taking... we just crit him. I don't know if that crit mattered. Diggersby is really weak. I'm just going to ignore. Because he would have had to take a Rocky Helmet damage, and then we could have just gone right out into Keldeo and Revenge killed. So, not sure why he's complaining, but what I'll do right now is just go right for a U-turn. As he's just going to go right for the Psychic and knock me out. And this gives me, I think, Keldeo to just go right for the... Hydro Pump should knock him out. I swear, Keldeo, Scarf Keldeo against Alakazam. He's actually not Mega? Yeah, it's not Mega, he's regular Alakazam, so he's probably Sash. Psychic does a lot, Hydro Pump also does a lot. I'm just gonna go right for the Scald, he is actually Mega. So he will knock us out right here, but this should put him into range of our Fake Out. He's gonna go for the Psychic, this is alright. Because, actually it's not alright, because Greninja is looking like a big threat right now. We'll just go right out into this, and go right for the Fake Out. As he does bring in the Zygarde, we'll scout this thing set right now, see what it is. As, I think I just have to bank on him not being Scarf. He just throws off the Bandit Extreme Speed, so Ice Punch will knock that thing out. Out comes the Greninja, and I think he just sweeps us with Scarf Dark Pulse, unfortunately. He actually goes right for the U-turn, which, if we live that could have been big, but unfortunately it doesn't look like we have a chance right now. We'll try. We do get Levitate, and we'll just go for the Psychic right here, as he does show the Shadow Ball, so Psychic knocks that thing out, but now Greninja is going to be able to kill us with, I think, the U-turn or Dark Pulse. He decides to do it with the U-turn, so a very close match right there. We'll go for one more, I think. Do I want to go for one more? This live's been pretty long. I think I'll just stop it for here right today. We will have our WPL match up tomorrow, and either way, I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss any content. Like I said, the team will be down in the description, as well as my Showdown Lives playlist if you want to check that all my other Sun and Moon Showdown lives out, and I will see you guys tomorrow.